Hello, welcome to Trendsettings episode 75.
Wow.
75! That's 3/4 centuries. Now, episode 75, we got 4 sections. My name is Ali.
My name is Dip.
Crisscross.
Oh,
Jono.
Whoa, Jono's loud. Let's turn him down a bit. Let's turn that foxy man down a
He
bit.
knew straight away too.
turn him
No
up.
need to swear.
Now, we're talking Black Panther, we're talking Peter Rabbit and the allergy assault, and time travel, Kim Jong-un, the Royal Banking Commission, juvenile detention disabilities, China police, and we can't find aliens because of Bitcoin.
That's a lot of topics.
That's a lot of topics. But first, we've got a world first tonight, guys.
World premiere.
Yeah. It's the first time someone on this podcast has had their birthday on this podcast.
Wow.
So we got a little
Happy
something.
birthday, Dip. Happy
You should start singing happy birthday.
birthday to you.
It's Chris.
Just for you, Nick.
Happy birthday to you.
We've got
Happy birthday, dear
Chris.
Chris. Happy birthday to you. Hip hip.
Almost as good as
Hooray.
Sparkle.
Hip hip.
Hooray!
Hip hip.
Hooray! We're all looking off camera for something.
Wow.
Wow.
2 out of 3 ain't
Look
bad.
at this.
Let's see what we'll set on fire this time.
I like the jar.
Just the microphone.
So is this brownies?
And the TV.
Did you make this, Ali?
The cheap
Oh,
stuff.
snap.
Whoa.
Is
You
this,
gotta blow them out.
No, it'll
That'd
go
probably make
everywhere.
it worse.
I don't think you can blow them out, can you?
This is a very interesting birthday cake.
Yeah.
Mind you.
So they were made by my girlfriend
Wow.
for you
Whoa.
especially.
Well done.
Not for me for Valentine's Day yesterday.
Girlfriend
that I
from-
repurposed.
I got brownies for Valentine's Day,
I see.
actually.
Did you? What kind of brownies?
Just homemade brownies.
No.
That's what they're calling it these days.
Ali, is that the first time you've mentioned your girlfriend on the podcast?
It is. That is another world first. We
Wow.
are doing world first.
Can't believe you
Stealing
said-
Chris's
I have to
thunder,
say
aren't
hello.
you?
Had to
My wife.
outclass me.
How old are you again?
You set yourself
That's
a
private
precedent.
information.
Everyone's
private,
saying
Not
happy
in the
birthday.
world.
They're caramel brownies. They're really nice. You can eat them if you want.
Oh,
Don't
Looks
make
like, it looks like something you'd get at like a hipster cafe in like a mason jar. It's like the new way they're going to do brownies.
Yeah. Or how they got like those little syringes to inject everything.
Smells
Yeah.
like smoke.
Yeah.
That's a
Do you want to take them
that's
out?
a methadone clinic, I think.
Hopefully the sparklers didn't ruin the brownies.
Well,
That was real hipster.
you guys don't want to hear me chewing all night.
No.
Everyone's saying happy birthday.
Wow,
Happy
thank you
birthday,
everyone.
Chris.
You are the real MVP.
But, guys, even more important,
Don't burn me.
More important.
Black Panther came out this week.
That is more important.
Wow.
All of us saw it except Jono, I think.
I did.
Yeah.
So hand
Why
me that
not?
keyboard.
You are the Black Panther.
He really is.
And
Now.
you- probably the mouse too.
Oh, yeah, right. Good call. Good call. So, we're not going to spoil it, so don't worry. We're not going to, because it literally came out today.
Yep.
Yesterday was technically advanced screenings, which is kind of weird how they're doing that these days. They released it on Thursday, but there's so many screenings on
They
Wednesday.
do whatever they
Everyone,
want.
yeah, everyone kind of does it now, don't they?
Oh, the TV isn't on.
They're not going to miss that.
Tell me what you think of the movie, Chris.
Chris.
Dip.
Go.
Well,
Birthday boy.
we went to see this on Valentine's Day, you see.
Same.
Wow. Was that when it came out?
Yeah, they're not going to miss those Valentine's Day bucks, you know. That's why they brought it out
Cash
early,
it
you know.
in.
Yeah,
Just
right.
cash whores.
Mm.
Those
As
events.
opposed to the other kind of whore.
Yeah. Credit
Yeah,
wars.
Credit.
Fueled.
But I liked it, Chris.
Was it as romantic as you thought it would be?
My wife liked it.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. I thought the theming was really cool.
Yeah.
Obviously, none of us are African American or African. But
Speak for yourself.
so well, I will. I don't know. I think it was cool. The culture behind it,
Yep.
like the beautiful scenery,
Whoa.
costume design was awesome.
Yeah.
Obviously, Michael B. Jordan was I'm a big fan of his
Yeah.
from like The Wire and Friday Night Lights back in the day.
Michael B. Jordan. He's Killmonger.
Yep. Yeah, he plays the. Oh, maybe.
He was also in Creed.
Yep.
Guys, where does this sit amongst the pantheon of Marvel movies for
In
you?
quality?
Entertainment. How much you would want to see it again?
It's hard, you know, because seeing a Marvel movie now, it's like diminishing returns.
Very
it's
much
hard
so.
to rate them like that.
Yeah.
Because when Iron Man came out, it was like,
Yeah.
yeah. But now it's like,
They're a dime a dozen, aren't they?
yeah, they really are. Look, to be honest, I don't know whether it's because of that, and I'm sick of Marvel movies, or whether I didn't really enjoy the movie, but I didn't enjoy it that much.
You know, I knew you wouldn't like this movie.
Ha.
It was
Because
like,
I liked it so much. I was like, Chris is going to hate this because I enjoyed this so much.
It's differing
It's good to have
opinions.
discourse.
as a movie, like
And discord.
I didn't think it was that good, but like you were saying, Dippo,
Mm.
Dippolicious, the I guess the significance cannot be understated.
Mm.
Howie. I don't know what that's showing.
That's behind,
that's
Okay,
behind
right,
the scenes.
I think.
You sure? You're sitting down.
Some technical difficulties.
So you're over it
Technical
just because you're over
difficulties.
Marvel. Is that actually the reason?
That's I'm not sure.
Are you at
know.
saturation?
This was like the drug hit that they needed, though. So if this wasn't going to do it for you, you're just going to hate it for the rest of your life.
How many more of these movies are they going to make?
Well, we got Infinity War this year, and then
Yeah.
a few more, and then Infinity War Part 2, and then
It's
they're
gonna be two
starting
parts.
something new.
That's not going to be good.
That's
Yeah,
a lot.
This was number 19,
18.
maybe.
I'll tell you, questioner's notes.
But the numbers aren't actually true because they had the TV in the order as well. So
Okay.
Forget
I had to
about
I
it.
took out the TV, so now the numbers are all wrong.
Yes.
Forget about
Can you
it.
think of a reason in the movie itself that you... Anything
Yes.
about the movie you actually didn't like?
Yes. I didn't... I think there was just lots of moments that I didn't really buy. It was a bit cheesy. Some of the CG was not as good as we've come to expect.
Really?
Yeah. The action wasn't really outstanding. I didn't think. Like, it was... I feel like the Ryan Coogler, who's the director,
Mm.
I don't know, maybe he's just not a awesome action director yet.
Mm.
But
What he's done Creed before.
Creed, like Fruitvale Station,
Mm.
like very, like significant,
More drama kind of.
but significant like black movies for people.
Yeah.
And he's nailed them, like the tone and the drama and the themes,
Mm.
which I think is the most interesting thing about this movie.
Mm.
But that's not why I go to Marvel movies.
Yep.
So it was really interesting, and they touched on some really interesting things, but the action side was quite dull, I thought. But anyway.
I'd actually agree with you on that, but I still love the movie
Mm.
in that this movie does so many things right. It does very little wrong, I think. And I think you've already pointed out the things wrong with it, except one little other thing. But I don't want to talk about the negatives. Let's talk about the positives.
But you two wouldn't be considered your average moviegoer, though, would you? You two people who are interested in that space.
We're the average wanker,
Yeah.
like nerd person.
I think
would
you guys
say.
average each other out.
Yeah.
I think you're in very opposite ends
Spectrums,
of
right?
the
Yeah.
wanker spectrum.
Yeah, I'd put it probably second in all of them, like in terms of ranking.
in your
All
favourite.
of
Like
them?
just yeah.
You're crazy.
Well, I asked you what the order you would do, and
I think,
you just
Like,
found the question offensive, as
bottom,
always.
like, somewhere down the bottom.
I
So,
think Thor
somewhere down the
Ragnarok for
bottom.
me was probably
No.
more-
It does
It can't be
like
that
this
bad.
movie is like majorly just about an African country,
Mm.
which sounds boring, but it actually does it really well. It does like there's so much politics in it, but it's not boring politics. There's so much
Is there a
there's
trade
mythologic
federation?
like because it's a ridiculous like cat costume person in a tribal African setting. So
Hot.
if they'd done that, they could have so easily done that like so wrong and just been
Catwoman.
either too
Hey, well-
cheesy, too silly.
Halle Berry.
Yeah.
You know,
Halle
that's
Berry
what
and Catwoman.
someone because I was explaining it to someone. I was like, it's like a panther in a costume, like kind of like Batman, but with a cat.
Catwoman.
And she's like,
Catwoman.
oh, so it's like Catwoman. I'm like,
To do.
well, it sounds dumb when you say it like that.
yeah.
But yeah, pretty much.
But,
But-
like, the hero seems cool, right?
Yeah.
Not lame.
And they lean so hard into like the mythological stuff
Mm.
and the spiritual stuff
Mm.
and the tribal stuff,
Mm.
which I just couldn't get enough of. Were you guys loving that stuff?
yeah, it was good. I
I
did
still
think it
haven't
was
seen it.
cheesy. Like
Mm.
Like the family
In
stuff,
general.
the respect stuff, the
the
I can see why you'd think it cheesy because it is so traditional.
But is that what you're going to come to expect, right? Like Marvel movies?
I think
Yeah,
most people
probably.
would
Like
love what you're
blockbusters.
talking about, though. Like I love that crap.
Yeah.
Like, just everything, just
All
the way
All the tradition.
every kind of scene was set so 100% in African culture that like
Bless
almost everything they were doing seemed to be like steeped in tradition and stuff.
Yeah, I thought it was cool.
Most of the other Marvel movies are about rogues, right?
Yeah.
Like Guardians of the Galaxy.
Mm.
It's all about like kind of being almost disrespectful
Yeah.
to existing authority.
And this one's like the opposite.
Is this the opposite?
Yeah.
Sarah
Even like
agrees with
Iron
me.
Man bags out the government all the time.
Yeah,
Um,
totally. It's
Kind of bad boys.
it's
right?
not. It doesn't fall into the Marvel pitfall of just being another Iron Man movie,
Mm.
Yeah.
which so many others do.
Which is I'm a rich bad boy, or
Yeah,
I'm the son of someone. I should have power. Like it's someone who should have power and they're rebelling.
yeah. Well, this one's. I grew up in a royal family and I'm inheriting it, and this is kind of the trouble with
It's
it.
like
and,
legacy and inheriting
Yeah.
what's come before you.
and it's just so much in African culture. Like it's so cool. Like there's no other movie that really does it like this.
That's what I'm saying.
And it's
It's
interesting.
very significant
Yeah,
Mm.
and important, but as a film, I just don't think it's that
Interesting.
higher quality.
Mm.
yeah. My only thing that I was just like, man, I wish they had done this instead of that. Was I wish there was more of the bad guy in it.
Claw,
No, the other guy. I hated
Oh.
Claw.
I loved Claw.
Warmonger.
Oh my gosh, Warmonger. I was like, I want to see more of you. That was my only problem with it.
Yeah.
Who's Claw?
It's that random guy that's in
Andy Serkis.
Ah.
Avengers, and he's like the most boring villain that
Is
you
it Andy?
don't care
Is he
about.
Gollum?
Yeah,
Is
it's
that-
Gollum.
wow.
It's Gollum, and it's funny because they're both in The Hobbit.
Yeah.
They
it's
are
Martin
both
It's
in
Freeman.
Martin Freeman
It's a-
looking
Yeah.
at it's.
It's a reuniting.
United Nations.
Reunion?
Reunion.
It's
Yeah,
a
that's it.
reunion?
That's the
And-
word we're looking for.
The way you hear about it, it sounds like it's going to be so preachy. Like I was expecting this movie to be like really beat you over the head with race stuff, but it actually it doesn't even go into it at all.
No, not
Well,
really.
That's good.
It had really complex themes, and it was like quite an
But it-
investigation.
Yeah, it was super layered. Like it never said,
Mm.
"I want to do this because my people are oppressed." Like it was never like that.
Mm.
Like kind
Because
of
they're
laid
not,
out.
right? This
No,
kingdom.
They're not. No.
It kind of flips everything on its head because the
Mm.
country's technologically advanced.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
they can almost do whatever they want, but the way they deal with that is super interesting.
From the Africans that I know who are like young, they always hate how much African countries are depicted as really
Mm.
crap.
Mm.
Like they basically only appear in World Vision ads.
Yeah.
Like that's a Western view of
Yeah.
an African
Donald
country.
Trump's view of Africa. as well.
Yeah.
Blood Diamond.
Yeah.
Yeah, I won't say what Donald Trump said because
No.
we've got a bit more respect and honor than the president. But
Did he say a quote about this movie?
no, about African countries in
Oh,
general.
okay.
But they actually hated how much because it's like if you go there,
Mm.
like there is problems, but there's also cities with highways.
And
Like,
they're beautiful.
it's-
It's a
yeah.
bloody
Mm.
beautiful place.
Mm.
So, I guess they would like this because it's
Hopefully.
awesome.
Yeah, it's I think it can't be said enough just to have a character like this, how impacting that's going to be on just kids and kind of young people, even old people who like haven't seen that before their whole life.
Mm.
This
just-
is almost
think.
like an imagine
Not
if
sure.
an African
I'm
country
not African.
had developed technology and not been ruined by colonization. What it could be.
Yeah,
That's
It's like
kind
an
of the
alternate
theme of the
history
movie.
kind of thing,
Yeah.
right?
How good is it they call them colonizers? Hey,
Yeah.
colonizer.
Yeah, it's really funny. It's
It's like two white.
I haven't seen it, so I have no idea what you're
Yeah.
talking about.
I think Chris is right about some of the action.
Mm.
It's just I don't think they really nailed like his movement,
Mm.
which he is all movement.
Mm.
Hmm.
And so like that car chase scene was pretty sick, but every other one I was just like, I
How
don't
would
know
these
about this.
That's
Chinese
because
subtitles.
in the Civil War one, they did really well with
They
his
did, man.
action. Like when he did those kicks and stuff, and
Yeah.
you said it,
Yeah.
it was the wire tricks, right?
Probably.
Is it just not
He
the
was in
same?
it. I can't.
Yeah,
I
it
can't
was
remember the
very
names.
CG.
He's got a very
Heavy.
good kinetic movement in the Civil War
Yeah.
fights.
Yeah, totally. Yeah,
I think some of the visual effects were done out of Melbourne actually,
Really?
because you sit there watch all the credits.
yeah. There's a few green.
Should have done
There's,
it in Sydney.
there's a few green screen moments where it's just like
Come on, guys.
it's not like you don't have enough money to go shoot this somewhere
Yeah.
in Africa, like far out.
yeah, I know.
Mm.
Yeah, it was killing me. But
Yeah.
That's true.
And there is some moments where it's like too much, but it's like by the time you
Is
get
it-
there, it's like so entertaining that you kind of over it.
It's meant to be over the top though, right?
Yeah.
How's the soundtrack?
banging.
Cool.
I love the soundtrack. this is super nitpicky. I don't feel like it actually melded in the movie very well.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
I don't know.
Like every time, so they had like an African theme music going the whole way through, like cinematic. It's like this drum beat that kind of goes the whole time.
Yeah.
Like, dun-dun-dun. Yeah, it's gonna sound dumb no matter
Just
how I
like
say
that.
Yeah,
Da-da-da.
he knows what I'm talking about.
Da-da-da.
But then it'll switch to Kendrick songs, and it just won't gel. Did you guys?
And they had
Think
like
that as
when
well?
they were
Yeah.
in Korea, they had like Korean K-pop going on. in the
Yeah.
background.
It was a bit.
But that's appropriate, you think?
I don't know what it was about the music, but it felt like it needed a bit more time to figure out how the music was going to go into the movie. Because every time the cinematic stuff was on, I was loving it,
Mm.
and the drums kind of went in with it so well. And then it would play like a song that was obviously from the album,
Yeah.
and you just be
Yeah.
like, I feel like you just put this here.
And they just kind of made an album and tried to make it fit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which the album is great, like separately. I
It
listened
is
to it
great.
like 20 times this week.
Mm.
What do you think of the album, Chris?
It's banging.
Whoa. Do you think
But you agree
Can't
that
get
it
enough.
didn't quite fit in.
Yeah.
Does it make it feel like a music video sometimes?
No.
No, this is gonna sound weird, but it's too American, the soundtrack.
Oh, that doesn't
Makes
sound
sense.
weird. From what you've described, that doesn't sound weird.
Yeah, and like, which sucks because it was probably the thing I was looking forward to so much because like I was enjoying it so much before.
That was a tasty point.
Chris, I mean Nick has a great question. He says, "Is it better than the Guardian soundtrack?"
No.
Which I think
Which
that's kind of
Guardian
cheating
soundtrack?
because Guardian soundtrack is like a best of the 70s. Like you can't,
Yeah.
and the new soundtrack is like
And it actually
Correct.
works, and it's actually a soundtrack.
Actually suits the
Kendrick's is just an album with a couple of songs, sometimes in the movie.
for like 10 seconds.
It's not a soundtrack. It's inspired by the movie.
Yeah. But overall, I friggin' loved it. It's so good that a movie like this even got made. It's I think it's gonna make all the money.
It's rating very high.
Already
isn't it?
has.
Yeah,
I
because
loved
they
it.
do it so geniusly in that they let everyone see it. All the reviewer people like a
Mm.
month before, and they're all just like
Talk
they're either
about
loving it or afraid to sound racist. Which I guess
Don't be afraid to sound racist, guys. The movie wasn't very good.
Yeah, your president's
Be
done it.
honest.
I loved there was a guy. I loved the costume design.
yeah.
There was one guy who wore this like aqua suit the whole time, blazer.
The poor guy.
Yeah,
With
I
the
think
giant
I just saw him
disc
in the
his back.
trailer.
Yeah, that
He's
was
got
cool.
The big
Yeah, he never really
Yeah.
said anything. He always just looked.
Yeah, he looked. He had an authority though, right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't mess with him.
Yeah,
I was like, ooh, I wonder what he does.
Chris would mess with him.
I bet he's like the rich one.
Whatever.
He's
Yeah,
like the
no.
commercial one.
I would
Sexy
say
way.
you're a legend,
And-
but your movie wasn't good.
You know what is amazing that I really didn't expect to come out thinking was, honestly, I kind of like the females better than the males in this movie.
Whoa,
that was
is
awesome as well.
very un-Ally like.
Yeah, I know.
You've changed since you've gotten a girlfriend.
Like they,
It's like he doesn't hate women anymore. What's going on?
Whoa,
Like
Emma
one of them
made-
gave him a
Never made
chance.
you
and
not hate women anymore.
okay,
Donald Trump should see this movie.
yeah, like
I was
they,
gonna say Donald Trump should say Emma.
they didn't. It wasn't like girl power or anything, but
No.
just the way they presented them, you were just
they were
like,
strong. They were,
I'd prefer to have them on my team than freaking Black Panther
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
because they were super like independent. They could handle themselves. And they actually, honestly, they kind of stood for something more than even Black Panther did. So
Mm.
you were like, I like these people.
They were kind of the guiding force, right?
Yeah.
Just a well-represented movie.
You know what else happened in entertainment, though? Left Turn. The rabbits.
I can't turn.
Oh,
them.
the
The rabbits are coming.
About the rabbits.
Have you guys seen Peter Rabbit?
These
Put the
jerk
fence
I don't think
rabbits.
anyone's seen Peter Rabbit.
Neither has any other self-respecting adult. I don't think it's
the
coming out in
movie.
Australia yet.
No,
It's
You
not
mean the
how-
movie
Read
or
the-
the,
I read the
cartoons?
books when I was
The
young.
movie.
I saw the cartoons.
saw the cartoons.
I've never even heard of it before this.
You've never heard of Peter Rabbit?
Wow.
I see it and it like
Beatrix
brings back a
Potter.
visual memory.
Jemima Puddleduck.
That is a really sad story, by the way. I don't know, like kids
Get some rabbits
One
on the
with the
screen.
cats in the chimney.
Get some rabbits, Jono.
Can we have some rabbits,
They get
please?
saved.
Yeah, but
Now.
it's terrifying.
Nobody's seen it because even Sam Neill, who's in the movie,
Hasn't
Was-
seen it.
on Twitter was like, "Hey, it hasn't come out here. Like, what are you guys actually talking about?" Classic Sam Neill moment. But what they're talking about, guys, is
Contro.
in the movie, some rabbits assault a man with food allergies.
Uh-oh.
Do you guys know what food allergies is?
Yes.
Actually, you're a Dr. Dip. Tell me what a food allergy is.
I haven't seen the movie, but the person is allergic to this food and goes into anaphylactic shock.
Correct.
Right?
What does that mean?
You have a severe allergic reaction where you can't breathe, you swell. It's life threatening.
And you die.
You know how people carry those EpiPens?
In the movie, he has to use his EpiPen.
Yeah,
In the
he's
movie
like-
Horrible Bosses,
Haven't seen it.
Kevin Spacey's character gets saved by
Yes.
an EpiPen because he's having a anaphylactic shock.
Which, in hindsight, you kind of wish he didn't, right?
Yeah.
Ew.
Did anyone blow up
'Cause of
about that? Was it a food allergy he had?
No, I think
It was accidental,
So-
though.
Okay.
They weren't intentionally trying to...
Okay, so they were trying
So,
to.
in the movie, the rabbits assault this guy by getting berries into his mouth and him eating berries, and he
Mm.
goes into anaphylactic shock. Is that the right word?
Yeah.
They intentionally
Anaphylaxis.
Yeah.
provoke his allergies.
Yeah.
And
So they know he has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it Mr. McGregor? Is it the father
McGregor Jr., I believe.
yeah,
who has the allergy?
it was the younger
So it's
one.
a young
It was very confusing.
Right.
And
But-
the article I was reading was actually wrong about it.
He is the bad guy.
And he's
Yes.
trying to kill them the whole time.
He's bad in that he owns a farm, is a hard-working individual, and he doesn't want rabbits eating all the food.
Which is
Okay.
probably most farmers everywhere, right?
Yeah, he's bad guy in that he's a farmer, and any farmer would try and kill rabbits if
He's
they were
not
eating
a
their
farmer,
food.
though. His father was a farmer, and his father died, and he's just inherited the farm.
Oh, that's
He's-
even
he's-
sadder.
you sure
His
you've not
dad's
seen this
just
movie?
died, and they're trying to kill him?
Okay, so people are enraged about this.
Yeah.
In an open letter, the Kids with Food Allergies charity admonished the film's cavalier attitude towards allergic reactions, saying, "Making light of this condition hurts our members because it encourages the public not to take the risk of allergic reactions seriously." A Change.org petition accusing Peter Rabbit, which nabbed second place. Oh, I don't know what this crap is.
The box office.
It's got 10,000 signatures.
Yeah.
Look, I'm watching this trailer right now, and it looks like a giant thing about Peter Rabbit trying to cockblock this guy.
Well, by killing him.
Yeah.
They're going all out. They just used a bear trap on him.
2 bit.
He just got 2 bear traps.
So, Sony has issued an apology.
Yes.
You see.
But before we get to that, what do you guys actually think?
I don't think, based on this trailer, they're not making light of food allergies. They're legitimately trying to kill this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I would watch this and think, "Oh, geez, this is funny."
It's okay to do that
That's
to people.
funny. He nearly died.
Is all the other stuff okay to do to people? Like, just put 2 bear traps on his hands.
Yeah. But do you think,
I think. Yeah.
in terms of children watching this movie, is it bad to have the good person
Trying to do
attacking
something
someone
Just
because they have a
electrocuted
food
him.
allergy.
specifically with a food allergy?
I think it is bad.
It's a bit. Yeah. It's
I think
it's
that,
not thought out. It's
I
not
don't-
well thought out.
Not
I
well
don't like
thought
the
out.
premise of this movie at all.
Like, I understand what you're saying, Jono. Like, it's like, why are we upset about food
No,
allergies?
I'm upset about the whole idea of it.
But when they're like chopping his hands off and electrocute him
Yeah.
across the room, but that's
like a-
that's slapstick to children, and children don't know how to rig up electric wires and bear traps. But like I worked in preschools with anaphylactic kids, and they have to sit away, and like they have had attacks, and they have had to use their EpiPens, and it's not fun. And like, but kids are stupid, so they would like see something like that and be like, they know he has allergies, he can't sit with us,
Yeah.
so this will be fun. I've seen this happen before, and like they throw some food at him or something, and he dies. Like,
Yeah. Well,
And-
if you
and there
put it
are
that way,
actual-
it's serious, right?
There are actual cases, like in the past few years, of allergic bullying, of when people have been force-fed things that
Right.
have gone to some pretty drastic consequences.
Yeah.
So when, like, obviously, there's like, can we censor all kids' movies to
Yeah.
never like talk about allergies
Mm.
in a negative light? Which, if you did that to every kid thing, like no kid thing would get away with it. Like Teletubbies is bloody ridiculous when you actually watch it. They're all full of crazy violence, like the things some of these kids' characters like do to each other.
yeah,
Like if you just made it PC, like it'd be the most boring thing
it's a
ever.
little saucy too.
Yeah.
Teletubbies.
So how do you think we would fix it?
Just, I think whoever made this movie has missed the mark pretty
Yeah.
far. Like,
Sony. When's the last good movie they made?
I'm sure they've made some good ones.
I don't know.
I don't
Think
know.
of them right now.
To
Spider-Man.
the scene being deleted, it doesn't seem like it
2.
would be a crucial scene, right?
No, not at all.
No, they seem to dish out a whole lot more punishment.
Yeah.
It
I
looks,
feel like it wouldn't lose the plot if that was removed.
yeah, but he was just having a conversation with, I don't know. It looks like he's the young McGregor is trying to get a girl, and they're trying to ruin him. Just ruin him completely so they can eat all the vegetables.
And he's also trying to kill them. Like, it's just
Don't they realize if they kill the farmer, there won't be any more
Ooh.
vegetables?
Stupid
Yeah.
rabbits.
Well, we don't know what the resolution is at the end, right? I imagine they both become friends
Yeah.
and they live in a harmony.
I think, the only
not how
real
that goes
problem
down in
is
the
that
original.
it's aimed at kids. Everything
Yeah.
else is just
And if it leads to
um,
one kind of incident like that, then it's no
Too
good.
much.
I
Yeah,
assume
too much. One too much.
Peter Rabbit's the main character in this movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
As in, the one
James
that you're
Corden's
supposed
voice,
to
I
be.
believe.
The one that you're
Yeah.
supposed to be empathizing with.
Yes.
Do you think it would be different if it was a bad character trying to get a good character to have an allergic reaction?
Yes.
A little bit, but still
Would
not.
probably make light of it more. No, less.
No, 'cause
then
then
if
you're
it's
on
clearly a
his
bad
side.
thing,
He's the
right?
bad guy. You don't do what the bad guy
Yeah, you
does.
don't do the bad.
Because in theory, a kid's like, oh, Peter Rabbit's awesome. He's a good
Hmm.
guy. I can
Yeah,
do what he does.
I can see why that makes it
Mm.
a lot worse.
Yeah, 100%.
But
I think that's the whole
I
point.
guess we haven't seen the scene as well,
Yeah,
so
that's
it's
true.
about how they treat the scene, how serious it is. Do the good animals realize they've done something wrong? Try to offer support and help.
he has to use his
I don't know.
EpiPen.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
So it's about,
Yeah.
it's a total ban. It's about how you treat it as well. We haven't seen it, so it's hard for us to comment on it.
That's true.
It's just like Home Alone, you know.
So how do people know this scene is in there?
Outrage culture on the internet.
But
Well, there would have been pre-screenings.
What are
and
they
stuff,
Yeah,
right?
there were
Twitter mainly.
screenings.
From
ESP
it's
powers?
called hashtag boycott Peter Rabbit.
Yeah, but they had to find it from somewhere, right?
Someone would have.
Is there like pre-screenings
Yeah.
or something?
I'm sure there's advanced screenings.
I just don't think it's out in Australia. It's probably out.
I'm
other
sure
places
we've
already.
screened somewhere in Australia.
Probably right.
England probably got it first, right? It's from England.
Mm.
Yeah.
With the rabbits as the focus, many younger kids who would watch this would not really connect killing someone through their food allergies. I really think they would just think it's fun, says Sarah Tunnicliffe.
That's
Yeah.
the problem, Sarah.
But
Tunnicliffe.
they think it's fun. They're not going to think about what the consequences are of their actions, right?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
tell her, Dip.
I don't want to be in the middle of this argument.
No, I'm in trouble tonight.
Okay, that's enough for Peter Rabbit.